Hello Aquarius, welcome back. Today I'm doing a reading for May the 2nd until May 8th, 2021. This will be for your sun, moon, or rising signs in Aquarius should you be cross-watching. And as always, these are general readings and they just might not resonate for you. That is absolutely okay. Take the things that are for you today and leave everything else behind to get into your higher vibes. Thank you for joining me today. I am so happy to have you here. If the reading resonates for you, please do leave me a thumbs up. And if you have comments or questions, anything like that, please do leave them down below. I'm always so happy to hear from you, so don't be shy. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, like, and share some of my content to a friend who might enjoy it. That would mean a lot to me, and YouTube would like it a lot too. Otherwise, let's see what's going on here for Aquarius this week. Okay, Aquarius, overall energy for you this week is the Ace of Cups. Let's talk about starting something new. Let's talk about focusing on bringing new things into our lives right now that speak to us on an emotional level, that make us feel in some way taken care of, okay? Or that we are expressing ourselves authentically. Maybe a new creative venture coming in for you here. In the recent past, Aquarius, we have the Three of Wands, Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is really interesting to me. This is looking forward, doing planning, figuring out where you want to go, what you want to do, determining how you might feel about any of those outcomes, and then going after the opportunity that makes the most sense for you. This to me is not about an opportunity just making itself available to you, Aquarius. This is very much about you making your own opportunity happen. And that is coming from a place of doing the long-term planning, of really thinking things through and seeing how it all sits with you, not just rushing in. This is evaluating how you feel about what you're working on. And with this Ace of Pentacles here, we're talking about an opportunity that could turn into income for you, or a job for you, a side hustle for you, something to that effect, relating to your material world. Really nice energy here because you're in complete control. You're driving the car in this instance. And this is recent past, so you may be going through this right now. You may be on the verge of making that decision, or perhaps you're already taking those steps forward. You've already decided, and now we're doing the work. Coming into the present energy, we see the work happening in a big way for you here, Aquarius. We have the Wheel, the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles, a little bit of a theme going on here. But here we go, starting on that new process, really putting ourselves in a dedicated way into this opportunity of our making. As a result, you'll see yourself walking away from the things in your life that don't support this goal, that don't support this dream or opportunity. And now we're going into a period of really putting the work in, of spending a lot of time upgrading the skills we need to upgrade, doing the extra learning we might need to do, and just diligent work. This is real heavy entrepreneurial energy to me, especially where it's like, I'm doing long-term planning. I'm really sitting with it before I make the decision. I'm making the decision, and now I'm putting myself into this process in a very considered way. We're not doing this necessarily on the side of anything. This is walking away from what we are presently doing to actively pursue this and grow it. Coming into the future energies here, we have the Devil, the Empress, and the Knight of Swords. Kind of an interesting shift in the energy here, Aquarius. I would be mindful of, is this becoming obsessive for me? Is this something that I'm not making time and space in my life to be doing anything else? It's just go, 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 go on this project. Maybe you are throwing yourself in too big of a way and you're losing that ability to have work-life balance, or have project and external influence balance in your life. It's like you have your back turned to everything and anything that isn't moving this forward, because I think you're trying to accelerate this process in a big way. And as a result, you may risk some burnout. So really do be mindful of that. Coming back to the overall energy here, Again, we're talking about creating an opportunity that really speaks to us emotionally, that makes us feel fulfilled, somewhere that we can be a little bit creative here. You are building this opportunity for yourself. And once you put that work in, you know, fixed sign energy, Aquarius, also some star power energy with your sign. This is going to be something that will work for you if you keep the diligent work in. It doesn't need to become the everything all of the time for you. That's just going to lead to a lot of issues in your relationships, likely, and your mental health, your energy levels, all of that. Let's do some clarifying here. We'll start with this Ace of Cups. Ooh. Okay. Temperance card, the Fool, and the Five of Voices. Yeah, beautiful. This is the energy of, okay, we've been waiting for this to happen. All right, we've been planning, we have been patient, and now is the time to completely throw ourselves into it. With the Five of Voices coming up here, I would be mindful of your mindset right now, okay? Are you building this up to be bigger or smaller than it really is or could be? Are you getting too far ahead of yourself? Also, like, is this becoming an obsessive thing? Are you doing nothing but thinking about this project all of the time? Are you unable to slow down? Are you unable to detach your energy from it just a little bit, to make space for your loved ones, to make space for other hobbies that make you feel good, to make space and time for rest? So really do be mindful of this as it's coming up in a couple different ways across the cards here. Let's take a look in the recent past at the Ace of Pentacles here, at this opportunity that you're building, this new venture. Five of Emotions, Knight of Materials, and the Muse of Voices. Interesting. Okay, so this opportunity for you here, Aquarius, I think is something that you tried to do once before, but it didn't work out for you. You weren't ready. You weren't in the right mindset. You weren't financially maybe prepared to invest in the way that you needed to. You didn't yet have all the tools that you required, which is perhaps why we've been going through this really intensive phase of planning, of sitting with our feelings, of making sure that we really firmly understand what it is we're getting ourselves into and how we feel about that. We see you here presenting in the King of Swords or Muse of Voices energy though. So now we're coming back to get another shot at this, and we are feeling much more empowered to do it and do it right. This feels like much better timing for you, Aquarius. Let's take a look in the present energy at this Eight of Cups. Word inspiration, the Devil coming up again, and the Six of Emotions. Ooh, interesting. I really interpreted this energy initially to be turning your back on, you know, maybe the job you're doing right now or the other ways that you're making money to really be able to put yourself fully into this. But with this combination of cards coming up here, I think what becomes the issue and the fear and the devil of the situation is that because you're going to put the blinders on and become so focused on getting this off the ground, of getting the work put in, of making steps forward, that you're going to turn your back on your family, on your friends, on your loved ones, on the people that have historically been there for you. It's like you're not going to allow them to help you through this. I think perhaps this is coming from a place of wanting to really prove it, especially where you tried this before and it didn't work out for you, Aquarius. If this is resonating for you, maybe you feel embarrassed to ask for help from your loved ones, or uncomfortable. It's like you want to remove yourself from them and build it up so that you can go back and say, look, I did it. And I don't, you know, I actually did it this time, and now we can celebrate it for real. I think there's some fear here that they're not going to be supportive of you because you already failed at it once, or maybe not failed, but didn't get it off the ground initially. So, you know, be really mindful of who you're cutting off here. Like, the people in our life can be our greatest resource. Don't forget that. They can also be a liability, but in this instance, it's like you're purposefully cutting everybody out around you. Let's take a look at the Devil down here in the future energy, since he's come up twice now. Nine of Inspiration, the Four of Voices, and the Two of Voices. Interesting energy. It's like you're feeling ready. You're talking a lot about, how prepared you are to move forward on this and dive right into it. But also maybe falling prey to like thinking really big, but not acting really big. Like just keeping it all in this very cerebral place. But when it comes the time to like put the work in, you're like, no, I'm going to spend a little bit more time just like visualizing it and that sort of thing. It's a little bit of frantic energy here, Aquarius, especially where you've been doing so much planning to move forward on this. Like, follow your plan. And if people can help you and there's people in your life that know things you don't know, like, don't cut yourself off to them. The people that love you, the people that really care about you, want to see you succeed. And there is nothing wrong with failing and then finding a new way to succeed moving forward. And I think that the people that care about you most will understand that, will be receptive to that, will want to help. They want to see you grow. But you have to take the action here. You have to take the action. There's definitely energy here of being a little bit indecisive about if you're going to act or if you're just going to daydream on it. So really keep that in mind if we're trying to seriously go after something that will be like a new career for you potentially. We'll take one last message here for you. The Hanged Man, the Eight of Swords, and the Judgment card. Yes, don't get caught up and trapped in inaction. Be very honest with yourself here, Aquarius. There comes a time and place to like inflate the ego and to, stroke your own ego. But if you're not taking action because you're scared that, how you're talking to yourself about what you're capable of might not align with, the actions that you're able to feasibly take, this could become a problem for you. So don't get caught up in that. Don't get so caught up in the planning and the detail stuff that you don't start to take action, because none of this is going to happen unless you start to put one foot in front of the other and make the decisions you need to make and move forward. And I would implore you to keep those who care about you, those who want to see you succeed, close. Don't cut them all off at this time. I really hope this was helpful to you, Aquarius. If it was, please leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this with another Aquarian pal who might enjoy it, and we'll see you next week.